Ready, court?
Yeah, we good. We good. We back.
Yeah, sorry about that. Listen, and I'm not going to harp on this very long, but I'm just trying to merely saying that how this has been allowed to happen, where they stole all my money, is the world gets to dismiss you and just say, hey, he's a nigga. And every time I say, hey, they stole my money, people get to say, oh, he's a nigga. Don't believe it. Well, I'm just trying to say that, listen, the Santana Effect in this algorithm gets me seen. I fix unrefracted error preventable blindness. So I'm saying to you again, for the people who just want to try to pretend that I'm just a nigga. And when you see my emails that gentleman who just died 12 hours after I told you what happened, what's going to happen, is all of a sudden gone, is a coincidence. I'm just simply trying to say that you may not know about it, Raphael. We didn't get into it, but I worked for the Department of Corrections for a number of years, 13 years. I did the eye care for the Maryland Department of Corrections for 13 years. I did the state of Florida, West Virginia, consultations in Chicago, Illinois, Denver, everywhere. I had a very successful business. During the time when I got fired, I was the most profitable and I'd been the whole 13 years because I make more money when things get worse because of COVID. When COVID takes place, because I work in the prison, the nature of my business makes it though, because it costs more money for me to bring more people in the prison to get more people seen, it allows me to slow down my business and pay my people more money and me to almost double what I make. But what happened is, there's a gentleman in my state by the name of Dr. Michael Summerfield. I handle optometry, which means I take care of eyeglasses and vision in my state. His name is Michael Summerfield, Dr. Michael Summerfield. He was not seeing his patients. How do I know? Because I referred them to him. So when I told the people I was working for, an organization called Wexford, hey, this guy's not seeing his patients, they said, well, who gives a shit, nigga? They're niggas. I went to the state and told the state of Maryland, hey, this guy's not seeing his patients. All of them are chronic care. Every single patient this guy has is chronic care. So I'm saying, hey, please make Dr. Michael Summerfield see his patients. I took it to the people that I work for. We're all contractors. I said, hey, one of our contractors, they're not doing their job. An organization by the name of Wexford Health Sources. I'm saying, hey, Michael isn't seeing his patients. Make him see his patients. They ignored me. So I, at my own peril, I went directly to the state and said, hey, state, there's a contractor who works with me, and I can get fired, but people are going blind. Please make the contractor, make this guy see his patients. So when I gave the information to the state of Maryland, they deleted the information that I gave them. So let me explain to you again. I supplied them with 500 patients' names, emailed them records of these people not getting seen. And I showed them in the electronic records, these people have been waiting years now to be seen by Dr. Michael Summerfield. The state of Maryland deleted the records of the patients so it would not reflect that he was not seeing his patients. So of course, I have records and recorded on video and pictures and email and physical, every goddamn thing you can imagine, showing the records before they deleted them and after them. And I have emails from the state acknowledging that they just deleted the records. Nothing was done. The patients weren't seen. So time progresses and I'm like, yo, is y'all gonna do something? Nothing happened. So finally, during COVID, I wrote a whistleblower letter to the media stating, hey, this guy has got thousands of patients who've been waiting years to be seen, Dr. Michael Summerfield. Right now, we have a new organization by the name of Horizon Health Sources that now took over the medical contract. And I told them the same thing, provided all the information. So less than 24 hours after I wrote my whistleblower letter, I was terminated. I was in Mexico at the time, right? I come home, I told you they try to murder me in Mexico. Now you tell me this is a coincidence. Imagine if I'm in Mexico at a clinic, spending my own money, treating cancer patients with my own money. They try to murder me in Mexico. I get back to America. We had to take a private jet under a different person's name to get back to America. Understand, my wife is pregnant with twins at the same time. Well, at this time, while we're trying to get out of Mexico. We make it out. We get into Texas where we have an apartment there, piece of shit. right by the border just for an emergency. We go to the apartment. My whole entire apartment is ransacked and they stole all of my guns. That's weird. And my company, they sent $363,000 to another company with the same name as my company. Isn't it strange that my company is called POS, Prison Optometry Services. They sent $363,000 to Prison Ophthalmic Services, a different company with the same acronym. So they try to get me murdered. I go home. The problem was I wasn't supposed to make it out of Mexico. So all this is taking place right now. And everybody in the state of Maryland prison system watching this, thousands of people know this is taking place and they're watching this. They fired me. And understand this, I don't know how you know how things work in Florida, but in Maryland, I am an MBE. The law states in our law that I cannot be fired or replaced under my contract without my permission. So understand that I've been complaining about this doctor for more than 5 years and no one did anything. They deleted the records for this one white doctor against all the Black patients. You understand? They did all these things. They couldn't find any mechanism to get these patients seen, but created a new mechanism to fire me within 24 hours and my money stolen. And here's the thing. I say, hey, somebody stole my money. And they say, oh yeah, you nigga, you're lying. You understand? And it just so happens, this same doctor, I have documentation, they gave the same doctor more than $5 million of taxpayer money, and he did not provide one receipt. So what I'm telling you is Dr. Michael Summerfield was paid by the state of Maryland more than $5 million taxpayer money, and he didn't provide no documentation. And he's related to our governor. And Nichelle Johnson, the Office of Governor, the Maryland Office of Governor Affairs, Minority Affairs, in the governor's office, who I spoke with and emailed, they all know about it. So instead of them just making this one white doctor see his patient, they fired me for telling the truth, stole my money, tried to get me murdered. Shawana Overton Blackston knows about it. Sharon L. Bockham knows about it. Tasha McMillan knows about it. All of this is connected. Why are they hiding this one doctor? They're hiding this one doctor because this thing that we're doing fixes this. We're fixing situations with sex trafficking. All of it's connected. And the new Santana Effect algorithm, I got all of them. So what I'm saying is this. Laugh at me if you want to laugh at me and keep saying, oh, forget that nigga, he's a liar. Dr. Francis Ford stole my money. They gave $363,000 of my money. She signed my name, forged my signature, used my federal tax ID number, used my MBE number. The governor's Office of Minority Affairs knows about this. The state's attorney of Maryland, her name is Marilyn Mosby. I've spoken with her office more than 4 times. I'm going to give you the video and the recordings of the conversations I've had with Darnell Wharton from her office. I'm going to give you the recordings from the city of Baltimore mayor's office. So understand, the mayor's office knows about it. The state's attorney's office knows that they stole money and these people aren't seeing their patients. This gentleman by the name of Fauntleroy, what is his first name? His name is Fauntleroy. He is the state's attorney's medical crimes investigator. So they're all ignoring the theft of $5 million of this one doctor that they know stole it and fired me and tried to get me killed. They all know about it. That's why I'm living in Mexico. That's why I'm hiding. And that's why I do things like this, because I snitched on the prison for what they did. Now, I'm going to provide you with all the emails and the videos and the text messages and the recordings. So for all of them want to call me a liar, all will be uploaded so they can look for yourself. And you see this being done right now, and it's being watched by everybody. So understand, my pregnant wife in Mexico, they tried to murder me. You understand? They put me in prison. I had to hide and we had to get a private plane. Okay, all right, well, cool, coincidence. But you know what? When I was in Amsterdam, I sold my block for 2.1 million. And 2 weeks before I was supposed to get my money, 3 of my stores burnt down. Coincidence. I get on the plane after I set up Ghana with Vision Care for Africa. They try to murder me. Coincidence. So I'm all over the world setting up Vision on my dime. And I can't get one lawyer or one police to help me with do nothing, despite the fact I was attacked on film twice being recorded. But everybody gets to say, he's wearing a headband, he's a nigger. So what I'm saying is this: truth resonates over everything else. So you people who sat around and watched and laughed as they stole my money, well, guess what? I got emails and you're connected to something a whole lot bigger than y'all being jealous, bitch ass niggas mad because I got more than you. You're connected to attempted murder. You're connected to child trafficking. You're connected to crimes against humanity. God is watching what you are doing and what you did. And there's an algorithm called the Santana Effect. I got your names. So I'm telling you for one more time, today is what is it? Friday the 13th, number 13, the number of change. I'm saying this one more time. I'm going to embarrass you in ways you never could imagine. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. I swear to God, tell the truth. Sharon L. Bachman, Francis Ford, there's nothing you can say that's going to stop what I'm coming out on with you. Dr. Kelechi Agbe, understand I've got a 2-hour video for you as well. There is something that goes on, and understand y'all know who I am, and y'all know I tell the truth. And Dr. Kelechi Agbe, let me tell you about why you don't believe, why people don't go to church, and why they shouldn't go to church, and why people stop believing in their churches, and why people lost faith, and it's why life is hard. Like, I have to physically prove everything that I say with some type of physical, tangible proof. And guess what? That is what it is. But you have to do that because people lie. There's a doctor by the name of Dr. Kelechi Agbe. He was treating my son for 1.5 years. He became my doctor and we connected, I thought, because he had a sick son. He's from Africa and he was traveling the world to find treatment for his son. So, of course, what better advocate do you want for your child, your son, than a doctor who had a sick son, right? Okay. He was so passionate about his love for his son. He was crying every night, walking barefoot, trying to get help for his son. And he had the same love for his own father. He loved his father so much. His father came down with tuberculosis. And he went and caught tuberculosis on purpose just so he could connect with his father. You understand? All right, Dr. Kelechi Agbe, treat my son. He met with Dr. Francis Ford, the woman who stole my money. And because I did not want her anywhere around my child, Dr. Kelechi Agbe told me that he would no longer treat my sick son unless I allowed Dr. Francis Ford to co-treat my son with him. This man is the father of a sick son. You understand this? He stopped treating my son. I swear to God, he stopped treating my son. But here's the kicker. He refused to even start treating my son unless I came to his office and prayed with him first. That's why people don't believe in God. That's why they don't believe in church. Because this motherfucker wouldn't treat my son unless I came to his office and prayed for him and prayed with him. But he stopped treating my sick son, refused to give him medicine anymore because I would not allow a demon to be around my son. So that's why I have to go so hard to prove to everybody what I'm saying is the truth. That's why I had to get 17 patents. That's why I manufacture myself. That's why I do everything myself. That's why I find an algorithm. Because they've made it so that you can't trust nothing that comes out anybody's mouth, because these people who are controlling things are liars and they're demons. I want you to understand that this man, how do you have a sick son and you don't treat the child? How do you do that? And then look at me. How do you do that? And then how do you marry the doctor who stole my money and then have a wedding off the money you stole from me? Dr. Francis Ford, Dr. Kelechi Agbe got married off of my money they stole from me. How do you think that union is going to be that you stole money from the man who was paying for a cancer center with the money, man? Do you think you're going to have a blessed union if you steal money from the sick cancer patients? You think that's a blessing? You think your marriage is going to be good? You stole money from the man who's paying for it's cancer. People are dying. You stole that. You think you're going to get blessed from that? Good. But there's certain things that you think are unquestionable, unspeakable. But I swear to God on my life, I am not exaggerating about none of these things. But no one looks into nothing you say because they get to say, oh yeah, he's a nigga. But guess what? I fixed unrefractive error and preventable blindness, and I found a hell of a fucking algorithm. It's going to get some attention. So what I'm saying is for all the people who wants to go out there, oh yeah, don't listen to that nigga. Well, people are listening. And people are watching and people are seeing. So keep on playing that nigga game. So I'll say one more time. Shawana Overton Blackston, Marvin Ostrich, Sharon L. Bachman, Tasha McMillan, Francis Ford, AKA She Vander Holyfield is what they call her. They call her She Vander Holyfield is what they call her. Dr. Kelechi Agbe. Oh, Ellen Rappaport, Melanie Jacques, Olivia Ryan, Marty Kovacs. Your name is in an important book, a very important book. Your name is in an important book. Robin Johnson of Horizon. Understand, y'all stole from a very important character. You stole from a very important character. You're despicable. You shall be judged, I swear to God. And everyone can sit back and say he's crazy, but I'm telling the truth and everyone knows I'm telling the truth. Understand this. This is the reset. Things don't work like they used to work anymore when y'all niggas used to do dirt to people and then 20 years later it comes out when y'all retired and old and died. No, today, things come out today. So what you did is coming out today and it's gonna be addressed today. We're not gonna be able to wait and y'all think y'all gonna have your lawyers and judges push this down. No, this is coming out today. Everything you did will be seen. It's already seen and I'm not going away. And it's in 100,000 different places. Understand, you're going to jail for what you did. The people who try to get me murdered, there's evidence. Understand that there's videotape of the person who came in my house, who broke into my house in Texas. They got everybody's names. So understand that I know people want to say that I'm crazy, but don't you think these things are a lot of things that keep happening to one person who got arrested 7 times in 1 month, but still not in prison? Why am I keep getting arrested and not being in prison? Does no one think any of that is suspicious? Would you think that's suspicious that I keep getting arrested for nothing? I'm a scientist, brother. I'm a father with 4 infants. Why am I getting arrested? Maybe I figured something out that
That's what it is.
breaks
You have a truth that they don't want coming out, but we're beyond that point.
Oh yeah, but no. This is the warning. This shot's fired. Continue on.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about it, Raphael?
I'm just, you know what? It
That's
was needed.
crazy.
It was
Like,
needed. Yeah, I'm like, I'm just.
It's
I'm absorbing
crazy.
everything. Yeah,
It's like piggybacking on what we were talking about the other day. Like, what are you fighting for? Who are you fighting for? Like, you're literally fighting against yourself.
Not only that is that you continue to be in a place of sin, and that's what came to me. You know, like the movie Taken. These people continue to take and take and take and think there's not going to be repercussions. For every action, there's a reaction.
Right.
The word, you know, in that word taken, in etymology, if you turn it around, you get the word naked. And that's what happened in the Bible. What happened when Eve and Adam took a bite of the apple? They became naked. So you see, you have to stop taking from folks. You have, especially people who are highly anointed, people who have a purpose for this
Right.
humanity.
What's crazy is the people though. They're like, the irony of it is what I keep trying to explain to people. The International Association hiding blindness, and that's the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness hiding blindness prevention. Understand that prisons are because people break the law. So you have to put them inside of prison because they break the law. So now you have documented proof of $5 million fraud, prisoner abuse, deleted records. This is fraud, theft, attempted murder. But these people are doing this right now, but get to keep other people in cages. You understand? So like, wait a minute, like literally,
Like
you are selling dope right now, and everyone's watching you sell dope while you're keeping a dope dealer in prison. Like, wait a minute, does anybody find it ironic that you don't have the right to keep someone in prison for breaking the law while you're simultaneously breaking the law?
At the
So I
same
just want
time.
everyone to realize that if you look at every single institution that we've dealt with, be it the church, be it the optometry ministry, be it the International Association for the Prevention of Blindness, be at the prison, there's someone always there in place thinking it's okay for the suffering of others. And that's not an accident. These people are placed in these things in places for a reason. I'm just trying to get you to see that it's not an accident that all these people keep doing that. That's why nothing gets fixed. They're put there to keep them broke.
Yeah.
Please see, they're put there to keep them broke.
Yeah, and stop thinking that any of these politicians, I don't care what side they are on, are for you. They are not for you.
Listen,
you really need to think about what you are going to do for you and your family.
Your politicians, first off, there's a politician down here that we love. She's sassy, and she's down here, she's a mayor. And the drunks came up to her and was taking his shirt off with his belly and dancing with his belly out.
Can I share a video with you?
We're gonna show you the video.
Can I share a video with you?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. That'll lighten up the mood too, because I gotta tell you, it's hilarious.
The whole point is, if you're gonna have a representative, everyone should know who the representative is. And I want to show you an example of how you should be, how you should be treating your representative, because they're not
how you know when you are really for your peoples. This is how you know. I'm trying to see which. Oh, you know what? Let me look at this message here. Because
hey Rafa, I'm sorry to get heavy off you, but when I talk about this,
let me tell you something. First of all, don't even apologize for that. There is no apology in that story. You understand what I'm saying? And I think it was needed. It was time. It was needed. And I'm just really sitting here. I'm going so many different ways and still absorbing what you're saying. Like, you literally have such a major piece to something that's gonna blow this shit out the water. Like, this this isn't an isolated incident. This thing is gonna have a ripple effect, in which it should be. That's what these people.
Point. And that's the whole point. I'm trying to explain to them, hey guys, haven't you guys noticed that I fixed some blindness? That's a big deal. Haven't you guys noticed that I'm finding this? Haven't you guys keep noticing this? When are you gonna get smart enough to know you better get on my team? Because when I turn around, I got your names. When I turn back around, I'm very, very, very angry because my son was taken from me. So y'all better get right, because the last thing you want is to have done something despicable to a man who's lost his son.
Can you hear me?
I lost my son, and then so what I'm saying is, you have an opportunity.
I'm hoping that something goes through. Yeah, I kind of thought so. Santana's energy is so intense right now that
it's messing up the
like
frequency.
it's literally messing up the connection.
Yeah, he's messing up the frequency. That's a beautiful thing though. Like,
yeah,
and yeah, that's intense. That's heavy. That's heavy. You really have something here.
Yeah.
And Raphael.
And I didn't know it was to that extent.
They needed me out of the prison. The reason why they wanted me out the prisons was because I was training all the prisoners for free with the CSG program, Raphael.
Yeah, I remember you talking. Yeah, which definitely they don't want happening. Ooh, man.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, when you can put this together, like you said, you have all the names, you have the emails, the videos, you put it all together collectively, coherently, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It already is a wrap, but
yeah,
how many people are going to watch this episode, or it really depends on where I throw this. And yeah, this podcast here took a totally different turn. To be honest, because I can literally take this footage here and clip it out and send it where it needs to be sent.
Listen, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate it because they fired me, brother. And all I was doing was telling the truth. You understand? And people are going blind. And I'm just trying to get people to not go blind. So I said, I'm not going to be a part of it. So they fired me. 24 hours left. All of this is illegal, man. They took my money. All of this is illegal. And this is going in public sight, public view. And it's loud because the people who's supposed to be enforcing it are the people that I'm telling on.
Yeah,
So I'm basically saying, hey guys, this is illegal. Yeah, they're like, no, like we're not doing nothing. We're just gonna take your shit. That's it. That's it.
Because this is where the problem lies. They continue to do this throughout their career and they think they can continue to get away. But as you guys can tell here, New Rich New Energy podcast, they don't fuck with the wrong. They really have. They really have. And my heart goes out to you and Ariel, man. This is wild.
Oh, listen, guess what? But here's the thing. We understand the reason for all of it. The anger, all of it is because all of them are angry because of love.
Mm-hmm.
They know that we love each other. And at the end of the day, you know, the whole world will turn against you and is jealous against you when you have love.
Absolutely.
So fuck them. I'm gonna go and get my energy together.
Oh, you good.
Yeah,
You
but
good.
no, y'all. Yeah, you good. No, listen,
Yeah,
like
good.
you got the floor open, and we all know that like things are happening to everybody. Like Rafa, I'm sure you got some crazy shit going on with you too that we just don't.
No, absolutely, and that's the thing. It's like with the beautiful individual I interviewed this morning. Like first thing he tells me when I get on, I asked him like, "How you doing?" He was like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not good." He was being, yeah. He told me straight up, but it was yeah. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of sitting there like because at the same time I'm, you're present and you're paying attention and you're listening. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Right.
but it was a beautiful lesson because it's like we all going through some shit and it's okay to just come out and be like, you know what? I'm not good.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's being
but
human. That's being real. That's being genuine. And off footage. You know how we talk off footage, man. I commended him for that because he didn't have to do the podcast.
Right.
You
And
understand
let me tell you what's disappointing, man. What disappointing is how many people were so happy and everybody just watched. No one called in to say, hey, did y'all do that? Like nobody did nothing. Like when we was in Mexico, our only people that called, we were trying to get the embassy to help us out. Our embassy wouldn't help us out. My only people that helped us out was, we know, my next door neighbor. None of my friends, family, we're hiding in Mexico and no one will call the embassy, our council person. Our council, what's our senator name? What's the name again?
Oh, I can't remember.
Well, I'm gonna let you know what our senator name is. We told we were stuck in a hotel and someone tried to murder us and we had no way of getting out because my wife was pregnant. He told me to compose a letter and mail it to him. I'll get you his name, you piece of shit. So just understand, there's a guy in Baltimore by the name of Barry Sims. He works for WBL newspaper, and I was talking to him while I was in the hotel hiding. His name is Barry Sims. He's a gorilla. He's not an actual gorilla. He just looks like a gorilla, a baboon, Uncle Tom. Bitch is what he is.
Yeah, we were trying to let people know about him.
They tried to kill us, and this nigga buried the story. He hit the story. You understand? So we was trying to escape, not for a move, for no type of story. We were trying to talk to him like, hey, they trying to murder us. Tell the embassy to give us some help. That nigga did nothing. He buried the story and act like nothing ever happened. This fucking gorilla.
Well, this is the thing. What I've come to know and understand, which is truth, is that all these people, they work for the Queen. They work for the Vatican.
These niggas, absolutely. But the worst part is, then we understand the niggas who do that. But the niggas who are sitting around watching, knowing they stole my money, there's a person working in a contract that is illegal in the state of Maryland right now. You look at the state of Maryland, I am qualified as something called an MBE, Minority Business Enterprise, and I cannot be fired unless I give them permission and there's supposed to be an investigation. Right now, they literally removed my company, Prison Operation Systems, from a contract that I cannot be removed with, placing the organization, Prison Ophthalmic Sources, another person completely different from me, and they're working the job that I've been working for the past 13 years. And everyone in the prison,
doing it poorly.
Of course, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everyone in the prison system who works with them, they doing my job, is watching this and knows that they stole this. So you understand that every single person knows they stole this. Talking more than 3,000 people are watching this every day publicly, and nothing happened. But understand this, you're not going to do that to me. And guess what? They have to understand that the games they play, once you take a man's firstborn son, anything else pales in comparison. I swear to God, it does. Fuck a Maserati. Fuck, man, I had a whole county block. Me and my woman, we had a whole strip mall. House in Holland, $500,000, more than $1 million mansion in the nicest part of Maryland. Investment property. We paying different people's tuitions. Oh, I can't tell you how many of these clown niggas rents I done pay. I can't tell you how many of these bitch ass niggas I done bought cars for. Hand to God, I swear to God, I done bought 10 niggas cars in the past 5 years. 10 different niggas cars. You understand? But I was held up in Mexico and niggas try to murder me. Did one of them niggas call and say, yo, what you need? Not one. Did my mother call? Did my mother call? Did my mother call? I bought my mother a house for Christmas, for fun. I bought my mother call. My mother's been to Rome, Paris, Holland. I sent her all over the fucking world. But she wouldn't call when I say, hey, they trying to murder me. So I'm a fool. So understand that the things y'all took from me and stole from me when we were trying to heal the people from cancer, yeah, that hurts. But you took my son first, which Dr. Sharon Al-Bakam, my mentor, was involved with. You understand? So let everybody laugh. But I'm a winner. I'm a winner, baby. So y'all, I'm a winner. So y'all kicked me. Y'all got y'all laughs in, and it was ha funny. But I found something more. So understand this. You dumb niggas that attach yourself to literally the devil, because you gotta understand this. You understand that in the future, the people are going to look at prisons the same way that we looked at as chattel slavery. You do know that. You do know that people in the future are going to say, how are people going along with this system called prisons when they know that brown and black people are disparately arrested more than anybody else?
And supposed to be the minority.
Right.
It's happening now.
Absolutely. So you understand that everyone in the future are going to say that these people who consider themselves smart and educated and systemized were barbarians. You understand that what are they going to say about the people who sat around and stole from the man who was trying to help the cancer patients with his own money with a pregnant wife? You understand that you attached to that. And even though y'all can ignore it today, next week, you ain't ignoring it until the 30s where they're going to do something and seal shit. No, them days is over. We're going to discuss this tomorrow. Your neighbors are going to find out. And I'm up in Baltimore next week. I'm campaigning on your behalf. Marilyn Mosby is the state's attorney for the state of Maryland. She's up on charges for some type of fraud. I was defending her, but understand, I'm going to tell you something. If you have a child who's 2 years old, who was talking and walking and jumping and singing, and then you take your child into a doctor, and then 2 hours later, they're brain dead, do you know you can't go to your prosecutor and say, hey, this was done to my doctor did that? You know, if you went to Marilyn Mosby's office, what she would do, she would tell you to go talk to your doctor or WHO. Understand that we have a black state's attorney and now who's with it, get rid of her ass. But not my campaigning. I got some campaign tips for everybody because understand that they have everything. The state's attorney of Maryland right now has all the documents, more than a lot of documentations, more than 500 pieces of documentation of prisoners' names, everything being deleted. Marilyn Mosby. Darnell Wharton, I'll text you his information. I'll show you screenshots of our conversations as well as other recorded conversations that we've had. I specifically told him, don't call me Santana, call me Can You Dig It? Marilyn Mosby's office, okay? So since nobody wants to do the right thing and I'm just a lying nigga, let's all this thing come out in the light. Let's just talk about this in the light. Dr. Michael Summerfield was not seeing his patients. They were going blind. That's bad. I didn't like it. I reported it. I got fired. They stole my money too. That ain't right, is it? Now, if I can't go to the office of the Attorney General, Inspector General, which I did, so I went to the Attorney General, the Inspector General, the FBI.
In different states.
And I had to go into all the states.
Yeah.
And nobody does nothing. And right now I'm shadow banned. I cannot receive an email. I can't receive text messages. All 5 of my phones are my storage to the max, even though I don't use my phones. So understand that when you break a system with unrefracted error and start training the prisoners that you got in prison for free so they can go out and make their own money, they do things to you. But I'm just simply saying the people who are perpetrating these things are demons. But the people who know that I'm telling the truth and sitting back watching, and it takes nothing. Like the people who work in the prison systems know I was stolen from. It takes nothing for them to send an email or just call the radio station or television station or the governor's office or the police station or anybody to say, hey, I have an anonymous tip. They stole from him and they delete the records. You don't have to leave your name. But not even that. They sit back and let this thing happen to a person who's just trying to live a peaceful existence and do his job. And everybody said, fine with that. And cool. But remember, watching, if you haven't figured out from what we were explaining to you, the way this thing works is if you watch, it's going to happen to you worse. So keep watching this take place when all you got to do is say this is wrong. And someone tell Marilyn Mosby to find another job and find a better attorney because this is going down. And since she wants to be a part of it, we're going to keep our eyes on her. So why don't our state's attorney say anything about the $5 million prisoner fraud? I've been talking to her about that about 2 months in her office.
The last time
They're
I
all-
knew, she was talking about how happy they were because they've been locking a bunch of people up.
Yeah, so why don't she care about $5 million state payer money going to a doctor with no receipts? Simultaneously, the patients are going blind.
I'm about to say, I think the patients going blind even takes more precedence than the money.
Don't you think
These are people?
Well,
Because
this is my thing. Yeah, before I came into this, where I am now in my journey, I used to be a huge conspiracy theorist. So,
no such thing.
but
Exactly.
what I mean is,
I got you.
I got to see, and I was researching all these people doing this shit. And of course, they can't. And to answer your question, these people are all involved because in one little piece or fractal of your equation, they are involved, and it's going to affect them. That's all it is. They are protecting each other.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we're in the age of Aquarius, and in the age of Aquarius, anything that is in the dark is going to come to light. And people need to understand that. You just need to just come. If you made a mistake, if you lied,
And
if you
that's
partied,
literally what Santana is doing. Santana is literally bringing the light with vision.
that's it. That's it.
Like, so
This is a remarkable story, man. Like, this is it.
No,
This is
the
wild.
crazy thing is, if I wasn't currently in this situation, I would be like, yeah, like I'm ready to sit down with somebody so we can really get this movie done. Because, man, trying to get the script, trying to get the screenplay done will be like my therapy, because it'll be me trying to remember all the crazy stuff that's taking place. You know what I mean? But no, this is definitely the most epic movie you're gonna ever see. Like, seriously, no joke. And it's nothing that I even wanted to sign up for or anything like that. We were just trying to live our existence. And we thought we were just doing something that honestly people were going to be happy about. It got the complete opposite effect.
But guess what? Out of that birthed the Santana Effect.
Exactly, the Santana
You know what I'm
effect. Exactly.
So, Raphael,
Talk to me.
I was attacked on a plane. Remember you did my reading and you had said something about ribs? I was attacked on a plane. I had just left Ghana to start the vision program in Ghana. And we were leaving Ghana to go to Poland because we was going to drop the vision program off in Poland.
Let's do this. It's about to cut off, and you about to build real good. So we'll go into the next one with that.
All right.
I am a good builder.
All right, Vitruvius.
Can you dig it?
Well, you're dealing with a master builder here. I'm a Capricorn. We build. I build. That's our motto.
Oh,
So-
you know, he said that you need to talk to me about your daughter because me and your daughter are the same person.
Yeah, I saw a lot.